Oh, hello. Welcome back. All right, so we looked and we have created three numbers that we want to compare and put into order. And as you can see, all of them are pretty close together, so this might be one of those ones that we have to use a strategy. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to use a strategy of what I like to call, let's see, just pick a different color. Stacking numbers. All right. This is what I like to call stacking numbers. So we're putting numbers in stacks, all right? There's a certain way to do this that will give you the answers when you're trying to compare and order decimals. All right, so I'm going to give you the steps here, all right? But this is called stacking numbers, all right? Stacking numbers, step one. All right, step one. Line up decimal points. All right, we need to line up the decimal points. So right here, we're looking at 1, 2, 3 numbers. So what we need to do is line up 1, 2, 3 decimal points. All right, all three of these numbers have a decimal point. So we need to line them up because the decimal point is in the same place in every number in the whole entire universe. So by putting those decimal points in line, that gives us the ability to keep our place values in line. All right. So step two, line up place values. All right. So here's my step two. I'm going to line up my place values. All right. My first number is 1 and 23 hundredths. So I'm going to put the 1 to the left of the decimal point. I'm going to put a 2 in the tenths place, and I'm going to put a 3 in the hundredths place. All right. I'm going to keep my spacing so it doesn't all mush together and it's easier to see. Okay. Now let me take my second number, 1 and 2 tenths. I have a 1 in the ones place, a 2 in the tenths place. I do not have anything in the hundredths place, so I'm leaving that one blank for now. Then finally, my last number is 1 and 123 thousandths. So I have a 1 in the ones place. I have a 1 in the tenths place. I have a 2 in the hundredths place. And I have a 3 in the thousandths place. So I've stacked my numbers to compare them. All right. But now that I've stacked them, they don't all look the same. They don't all have the same number of digits. So there's something that I can do to change that. All right. So that's going to be step 3. I'm putting this one in a different color just so we can kind of pay attention. All right. This is what I call add faces to save places. And what I mean by that is zeros of the emoji variety. Emoji zeros, all right? So what I mean by that, step 3, add faces to save places, okay? So there are several place values that have nothing in them right now, which is making it hard to compare these three numbers. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 0 in all of those spots. And just to make sure that I knew that I put the 0 in there myself, I'm going to put some emoji faces in them just so I know that that I drew those there. All right, I know that I put them there. They are tools that will help me compare these numbers. All right, so that's step 3. So what we have done so far to stack the numbers is we, step 1, lined up our decimal points. We, step 2, lined up our place values. And then step 3, we added some emoji zeros to hold our places. We added faces to save places. All right, and those are our zeros. So when we come back, we're going to find out which one of these numbers is biggest and which is smallest.